enjoy the process, right? Because if you're not having fun during the cook, you're not going to enjoy eating the food. Have some fun, play around with things, try something new that you otherwise wouldn't. Hey guys, Rasheed Philips here, Pitmaster. You may know me from Netflix or some of your favorite cooking channels. Welcome to making the most of your meals. And today we're going to go over how to make a beautiful steak and potatoes dish. And then we're going to utilize the leftovers to make a wonderful, simple breakfast dish you can make at home to maximize not only your value, but your time. There's no reason that leftovers have to be boring. Today, we're gonna utilize a beautiful, thick cut of New York strip. If you don't believe me, look at this. Thing's thicker than cold peanut butter. Beef is just where it's at. I'm gonna let you know right now. Very versatile. You can do so much with it. Sadly, I lost my grandfather. Experiences like this allow me to sort of honor him in a way. As long as you're teaching what was taught to you, the person who shared that knowledge is always around. If it wasn't for him, I never would have probably been to this level. So thanks, Grandpa. Miss you. All right, guys, this is exactly what we're looking for. You want to look for marbling, right? And that marbling is just the fat that's interwoven throughout the meat itself. That marbling is going to bring you so much flavor. It's going to help keep the protein nice and moist so that it doesn't dry out. And fat is where the flavor is. This cut, you're not going to get it at your normal big box store. So if you're looking for something like this is where you want to go to your local butcher. Ask for a thicker cut than normal. The steak, just like myself, will look intimidating at first. But get to know us. A couple of drinks, a couple of laughs, a dance, a little shimmy, a little shake, and you'll realize it's not that scary. You actually want something like this because it's a little bit more forgiving. When you get a steak that's too thin, it quickly overcooks. This one buys you a lot more time. It won't overcook as fast. It'll give you a little bit more wiggle room to get it to your preferred doneness. I personally like to start by adding in a slight bit of olive oil. Just real simple, nothing crazy. Massaging that in, front and back. A little extra binder, something to help the seasoning adhere. If I don't have seasoning already prepared, I like salt and pepper. And I salt before I pepper. Why? Because I can see where the salt goes. You want to start up high here and get a nice even distribution. Now you're going to want to do that again and probably again, then flip it and do it again and again because this is a thick cut of steak. Don't be afraid to really seasoning it and get that flavor in there. You're not going to hurt it. Let's go ahead and get our pepper. Same thing, start up high, little concentric circles here. Just working it, we're getting all the sides here. Use your steak to mop up any of your seasoning. You know you've got a side pretty well seasoned when it looks like those static you get on the old school TVs. You don't want to use your regular table salt, and you do not want to season your steak or any other beef with ground pepper, like what you'd get at your table at home. Black pepper in a powdered form burns. You want to do something a little coarse, anywhere between a 12 to a 16 mesh, something that has some grit and that can hold up to the heat. So now that's looking like my TV from 95. Our cast iron has come up to temp. The temperature of your pan is rather pivotal. You don't want it to be too low because then you won't get a sear, and you don't want it to be too high to where it's just going to burn. You want to find like a middle ground. You should be able to hold your hand here for just a few seconds. Grab yourself a little olive oil. You want to tip and make sure we evenly coat our pan. We're gonna go cap down. I wanna render this fat because that's the flavor. And we're just pressing down here. Grab yourself some tongs, lock it. All right, and there you go. Starting to sear and we're getting some beautiful color, but you realize we're not burning, we're just searing. Now we're gonna lay flat. It's a reverse sear, which means we're gonna sear and then we're gonna finish cooking in the oven. A great way to test is how easy is a steak to lift. It's not sticking anywhere. If it's pulling back, leave it alone. I'm not applying any pressure and that's coming right up. And that's what we want to see, edge to edge there. Now we'll just repeat for the other side. Our bottom sear. Now we're just gonna get our ridge right here. I'm very happy with it. Now we can take this and set it into the oven. You guys can't tell, but there's an amazing aroma of beef filling the air right now, so I'm gonna go check on our steak. Always keep a meat thermometer handy. You wanna go right to the center to get you a great reading. Got the doneness I'm looking for. Now it's for the hardest part of the cook. Letting it rest, waiting, and being patient. It may seem like a silly step, but it's actually rather important because it allows the juices of the steak to redistribute. If I were to cut into that right now, it's just gonna go everywhere and dry it on me. But if I can wait at least 8 to 10 minutes, I'll end up with a much better product with a better mouthfeel and chew. So it's worth the wait. All right, no more waiting. There we are. Perfect, let's keep slicing, shall we? This is when you should eat it. I wanna dig in. But what we're gonna do first, to make the most of our meal, we're gonna utilize the remaining part of our New York strip and make our second dish, a very simple yet flavorful breakfast taco. So while I'm doing this, our skillet's getting hot, our butter's rendering down, and we're looking for little cubes. Try not to eat all your ingredients while you're cooking. You guys don't understand the level of self-restraint this is taking right now. I like to add a little bit of cream to my eggs, and you wanna get some air into your eggs too. Just pour it in, low heat, and just moving it over a little, just folding it. Time for our cheese. We're gonna put our steaks right around the perimeter here. I'm gonna start to fold over and incorporate our steak, and we're just slowly trying to bring up the temperature of our steak. Simple, easy, look how much I made. This is breakfast for 2 days. While that's going, let's add in some of our potatoes. Just folding everything over. Now we've got this built out, let's build out our tacos. You can use whatever you want, but I've got avocado, salsa, lime, sour cream. I'm gonna load that up a little bit. A couple jalapenos between friends never hurt anybody. Got our onions, get ourselves a little squeeze of lime, and just like that, we've got our breakfast tacos. All right, guys, we've done it. We took that huge, thick cut of New York strip and we made 2 beautiful, flavorful, but very simple dishes. Now it's time to taste and see exactly how well we did. That's just good. It's just extra rich flavor, hint of brightness from the lime. It's delicious. Now, let's try our steak and potatoes dish. I mean, what's there to say? It works, it goes together. The steak is tender, salted and seasoned just right. You can't beat this. 1 cut, 2 dishes. You don't have to go to a restaurant to get restaurant quality. This is a perfect example of how to make more out of your meals. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, whipping up some amazing dishes. See you guys next time. Watch me and other chefs make the most of more meals at beefiswhat'sfordinner.com. Watch me and other slightly shorter chefs show you how to make wonderful recipes. I'm not lying. Who else is hitting their head on the range here? No one's trying to make a whole brisket and eat it alone. We may not speak the same language whatsoever, but if I put beef in front of you, you know what that is. And we're gonna share it. So it brings us together, and I hope and wish more and more people cook and come together and enjoy it.